Bread, the sandwich podcast. Jeff is just rocking out to whatever the hell he's rocking out to. Anyway, this is episode 3.
Yes, 3.
I'm Barry.
3, Jeff.
And we are here to talk about sandwiches and sandwich-adjacent things and things related to, but not exactly sandwiches, but close enough to sandwiches. Okay. We'll talk about hot dogs another day.
1, 2, 5. 3, sir. 3.
Well, let's just dive right into it.
Yeah.
What you been eating?
Well, we just had sandwiches before the show.
Yeah, we just had lunch and I'm still fat from it.
I had a sandwich called the Lemmy.
We went to the Rockin' Grapes Wine Pub down here in Henderson, Nevada, just south of Vegas. And they have this new wine bar, well, new, like a few months old, where it's like a rock and roll theme. They got like guitars signed by the artists on the walls. They had like Zach Wilde's guitar up there, Gene Simmons, that type of thing. And they have beer and wine and really good sandwiches.
And a Nita Strauss guitar too.
Yeah, tell me about that Lemmy.
So the Lemmy, that one, it was beef,
sliced roast beef.
Yes,
blue cheese cream.
Yes,
pepperdew peppers, house-made bacon jam, and served on an artisan roll.
Yep. I was just about to say all of that, but you beat me to it. The pepperdew peppers, interesting, were a little more sweet. There really wasn't any spicy. I would have...
Pepperdew peppers aren't spicy.
Yeah. I think were I to make the sandwich, I would want a little bit of a more like a pickled spice pepper than just like a straight pickled sweet pepper like the pepperdew or...
Like a spicy aioli, maybe?
Yeah, because the whole sandwich comes across as slightly sweet because, you have a little bit of that tartness with the blue cheese, but roast beef inherently is a little sweet, and then you have the bacon jam, so that's going to have a sweetness to it. It's on an artisan roll, but they press it, or they give you the option to press it on the panini press, so it's more like a panini-style sandwich when you do it that way.
Okay.
But it was a very tasty sandwich. But yeah, I think if I were to do it, I would put just that like a pickled hot pepper instead of
or like a marinated red pepper.
Yeah, something like that. So it needed a little bit of acid with it. It was a little overall sweet
with a little chimichurri, maybe.
Yes, perhaps. I did get it, though, with their coleslaw, which I found very fascinating.
Yeah, their coleslaw was different and weird.
So, yeah, their coleslaw, it has...
it's a mix of power greens, feta cheese crumbles, dried cranberries, and a house-made creamy dill ranch dressing.
Exactly.
You can order that as a salad and put chicken on it. That's not coleslaw, though. It's
a twist on coleslaw, for sure. The dried cranberries were really a nice mix because you've got that sharpness of the blue cheese in there, but then you've got the mixed greens, and then you've got just that little touch of sweetness and tartness with the dried cranberries.
Yeah,
so
traditional
really good.
Coleslaw is shredded cabbage.
Sure.
Now, the reason I don't like coleslaw in general is because it has creamy dressing.
Yeah, I'm not a big creamy coleslaw fan.
Yeah, anything creamy just kills me. I never liked any of that. But soon, in about a month or so, Jeff and I are going out to the Salt Lick in Driftwood, Texas, and we're going to have their vinegar-based slaw.
Yes, I love a good vinegar-based slaw. I used to work at a restaurant called Memphis Championship Barbecue, which had the traditional Southern slaw, which is a apple cider vinegar-based slaw. And, so good. I actually have the recipe. I've made it at home a few times. It's a great sandwich topper because you get that acid in there from the vinegar that really... especially if you let it marinate for a little while, all the greens in there the cabbage and the carrots, they really pick up that flavor.
Coleslaw, if you're interested, is from the Dutch term koolsla. I mean, kool in Dutch sounds like coal. It means cabbage salad. So it's a Dutch thing from 1770.
Okay.
Or at least that's the first time it was seen in print. And now we've taken it and gone batshit with it and made it our own, which is good.
Yeah, I mean, overall, most creamy coleslaws I'm just not a fan of. There's a few that I've come across that were pretty good. Like if it's like a chipotle cream instead of like your standard salad dressing or mayonnaise base. It does add a little something to it. But yeah, it was a good sandwich. I liked it.
I had a Cuban.
You
now,
did.
I don't like what they called it. They called it the "Say Hello to My Little Panini."
Yeah.
Reference to Scarface. But that is not a rock and roll reference.
No, but a lot of people feel like that version of Scarface is very rock and roll.
Really?
Because of the soundtrack and so forth.
It had no metal in it.
But
no rock and roll.
No, but the soundtrack, it tends to be more... It's very 80s centric, so very that style of...
It was reaching. Anyway, it's a standard Cuban.
Sure.
Ham, mojo pork, Swiss cheese, sliced pickles, yellow mustard.
Yep.
And it's panini style. You got to press it in a panini, otherwise it's not a Cuban.
Yeah.
It was a decent Cuban. Was it my favorite Cuban ever? Not so much. It was a little dry, but It was still a decent Cuban.
Yeah. I mean, it looked good. I didn't try it. So
I like them a little flatter, and I like them just a little more tang on them. Something that pork has to be really, really marinated.
Yeah,
it's really got to bring something. The reason I don't like pork chops and like pork in general, other than like ham, is because there's a difference between eating pork and ham. And pork tends to be drier with less flavor. Ham's got big flavor to it.
Sure.
No one orders a pork sandwich; they order a ham sandwich. There's a reason. So if you're going to bring that pork there, it's got to be a good pork. And this it says sliced roasted mojo pork, whatever.
Yeah.
It didn't have a lot of mojo.
Okay.
I like my pork to have big mojo.
All right. There were a few other sandwiches on the menu I definitely want to go back and try at some point. So we'll probably make another field trip there in the future.
Oh, yeah. They had this chorizo spiced pulled chicken thing. With Asian slaw. I love a good Asian slaw. And the first thing my mind goes to is, oh, look at that. I see Italian meats and it's an Italian sub. But I need to expand. I can't just keep ordering Italian subs. I got to order something else. Now, they did have bruschetta cream on their chicken parm panini.
Yeah, I saw that. That looked interesting.
And you were looking at the turkey bam brie lamb fig jam.
That looked good too.
Turkey bam brie lamb and fig.
What's interesting though is we did start off with what they're calling their Twisted Sisters platter. It's basically guac and pico de gallo and chips, but their pico was really fascinating. It's a tajin and watermelon vinegar infused pico de gallo.
It's amazing.
It was really, really good. Even their guac was good. So I mean, it's clearly house made.
For cocktail nerds, it was just this side of a shrub.
Yeah, exactly. So it had that perfect mix of sweet, salty.
It had that vinegar acid taste.
Exactly. It was so well rounded. Yeah. I was very surprised because I love twists on standards. Because sometimes they can be done really well, sometimes they can be done poorly, but this one was done really well. But yeah, that mix of the tajin and the watermelon vinegar, I think just really made a difference in the flavor. So definitely would go back just for that.
Hell yeah! So that's what we had for lunch. What did you have for lunch? Write us. Comments at inbreadpodcast.com.
Yes.
I also want to mention, and we're going back to a burger.
Yep.
I had a burger recently that was surprisingly good.
Oh, yeah?
Where'd
you get that?
South. We went to Boulder City, Nevada.
Really?
Why did we go out there? Because I just never been out there for whatever reason. It's this tiny little shit splat town near the dam. And we went to this place called the Dillinger. And it's like a little cocktail bar with some fancy burgers. They pride themselves on their burgers, and all their burgers are fresh, never frozen, half-pound patties. It's a boneless beef chuck, charbroiled, and artisan buns. Comes with a great Asian coleslaw. Talking about coleslaw. But Deb had the Dillinger, which is their signature burger. Now, it's cheddar cheese, applewood smoked bacon, and barbecue beef brisket on top of it. I'll post it on the Instagram. It's a meaty thing, and it was pretty good. I like a good teriyaki pineapple kind of burger. I had one in there, and it was very filling. I liked the brioche bun that it came with.
Okay.
And it held together with all that stuff, which was impressive. And I can't say that enough. You got the bread has to hold it together.
Right.
So if you're out that end of town ever, which, chances
most
are you
people
won't be,
don't, go down there.
Just
especially now
due.
that the highway can bypass Boulder City.
Yeah, you don't need to go there anymore.
Yeah.
That town's going to die. Ugh.
People don't know. Back in the day, you used to have to drive through Boulder City if you were taking anybody to go see the Hoover Dam because, oh my God, it's like your highway speeds and all of a sudden you're slowing to like 30 miles an hour to go through the city. And Boulder City cops love to pull people over for speeding.
Oh, yeah.
Love to pull people over for speeding.
Was it Boulder City that was a dry city?
Or yes. When Boulder City first opened, it opened as basically housing for dam workers. And then they were a dry city and a non-gaming city. So people would get their paychecks and then drive into Las Vegas, blow their paychecks, and then drive back. And back in those days, it was like an hour drive each way. At least, if not more.
See, I was worried about going out there thinking, there's not going to be anything to drink. Well, no, there was. There was a couple places that looked neat.
They've opened it up for liquor, but it's still no gaming. So, yeah.
Yeah, I can do without the gaming.
Yeah, me too.
You can gamble anywhere. I can gamble in the grocery store here.
Exactly.
It doesn't matter.
And I've never been a big gambler anyway, so.
Yeah, see, I like a good table game. You don't get table games in the grocery store.
Nope.
Now, if you could bet carrots and eggs and stuff at the game, damn.
At the grocery store?
Yeah. No one ever thought to set up a blackjack table in the middle of the produce section. How cool would that be? I mean, Indeed. You'd have to get a whole gaming license and blah, blah, blah. Cocktail waitresses bringing around, like, I don't know.
Mimosas and shit like that.
Fresh made from the grocery store.
Yep, there you go.
I love drinking in a grocery store. I don't know what it is. The first one I ever went to was, I know we're getting off topic here, but deal with it. The Whole Foods flagship store in Austin, Texas.
Oh, wow.
Flagship store. They have three restaurants in there and a barbecue place, and there's a fish place, and there's a bar right in the middle. And I have this picture of Deb holding up like a bunch of carrots and a glass of wine at the same time. It's like, I don't know what to do with myself. This is the greatest grocery store ever. Then we got the bill. But, it's downtown Austin. The flagship store, of course, is going to be expensive. But whenever we got a chance to shop down there for food, we would, because we'd pause in the middle of our grocery store shopping to have a drink.
Yep.
Yeah. And they have the neighborhoods had like the my favorite grocery store ever, HEB, where you could stop and get like a little bite of something from someone's cooking there. They always have people cooking, and then they have like 16 different taps of wine to try.
Yeah.
I'll try this one. I'll try this one. I'll try this one. Well, none of these appeal to me. Let's try this again tomorrow. I'm sure. Nothing like drinking and grocery shopping.
Fun stuff.
Yeah, there's a bar in the Smith's grocery store up near me here, and they have like rotating taps of beers. It's not the greatest stuff, but it is cheap. You can fill a growler for like $12, and it's decent beer.
Yeah. So
I think I might go there after this and fill up a growler.
There you go.
Now that I'm thinking about it, let's talk about something we spoke of in the last episode. And by the way, sorry this episode is late coming up. Someone had to get some surgery done. He's fine now.
I had to have hernia surgery. And, it was a lot of in the week that I had to take off for the surgery. A lot of resting, not a lot of moving around, and then
can't fit sandwiches in your mouth.
No, well, yeah. I mean, I could eat just fine. It was just a lot of like not wanting to get up very often. So, because when you're sitting down and not moving, no pain. So, but
so I wasn't going to ask him to record a damn episode. So that's okay. That's okay. We're going to make up for it. Let's talk about what we did. We were excited about this place because we'd heard good things.
Yes.
But we didn't do a ton of research on it. So we went there. Al Antico Vinaio. Antico Vinaio is that place we were talking about the last time. It's real popular Italian sandwich place in Florence, and they got a bunch of other locations all over the place. I'll give you the basics of it. In 91, the Mazzanti family ran 3 Florence locations of Al Antico Vinaio, and they drew big crowds, a lot of Italians, a lot of tourists, because they're right on the way there to get on the main drag. Considered, and this is from their website, considered one of the best street food experiences in the world, and they use this. Oh God, I gotta say the name now.
Schisciata, I think it was.
Shigata. Fuck.
It's the type of bread. It's like an Italian flatbread, so it's not super dense like an unleavened bread, but it's not super spongy, so it's easier to get your mouth around if you're trying to take a bite.
Schiacciata bread.
Yeah, we thought we had it at one point.
Yeah, we tried and we failed.
Because neither of us are fluent in Italian.
Well, I know enough. To curse at people in Italian.
Yeah, well,
that's really about it.
There you go.
Okay, so let's talk about this place. They don't have like sliced cheese. It's not what they do.
It's a cheese spread. So it's typically cheese mixed with something else. Like, for example, the sandwich I had, it was a truffle cheese spread. And then, what was the one that Deb had that she liked?
Deb had the La District, which is pancetta, pecorino cream,
yes,
sun-dried tomato, and arugula. You don't get a lot of arugula in sandwiches out here. I
no,
like
you
arugula.
Really don't.
It's a little spicy. It's nice.
Yeah, mine had arugula on it. Mine the truffle special. It wasn't a standard menu sandwich. It was truffle salami, the truffle cheese spread, arugula.
It's very umami, that sandwich.
Yeah, it was. It needed a little something. I feel like it could have used something like
it's a little acid,
like Italian chili, like an Italian chili pepper or
like
something like that. Yeah,
pepper relish or something.
Yeah,
or the sun-dried tomatoes, which is really. I should have asked him to put them on mine. I had the king, which is like a thicker sandwich with. I tried the speck. It was okay. Then they had the cream and the arugula, and then something else, and it was missing something. It was missing that acid.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's a stand in line, place your order, they make the sandwich in front of you, move you down the line kind of place. So it's if you really don't know what you're after, it can be a little anxiety inducing because people behind you are wanting to order. In fact, I waved a couple people ahead of me because I was still kind of trying to read the menu, and then ended up going with one of the specials just because it's like, well, I can get any of these sandwiches at any time that are on the standard menu. So
yeah, and there's some things where you kind of have to Google it. Like, well,
yeah.
What the hell is stracchino? To this day, I couldn't tell you. What exactly is Njuda cream? It's
a type of sausage.
It's spicy. Lardo. Well, that doesn't sound great, but I bet it's tasty. Well,
right.
What is it? It's tough.
Yeah.
And all the cream spreads, they tend to look a little bit alike.
Yes.
I tell you, I was underwhelmed by my sandwich.
Yeah, me too.
I like the bread.
Yes, I love the bread. In fact, they will give you a hot, fresh sample of the bread while you're in line looking at the menu. So
yeah,
the bread was fantastic. I feel like I needed more time with the menu to kind of really delve into it. So if I were to go back, I would definitely have a plan in place prior to, like, look at the online menu, get an idea of what you want, any additions, because they'll customize the sandwich with little to minimal cost, I should say. And in some cases, some of the stuff you can add on for free. So
yeah, they love their truffle cream. They love their pistachio creams. If you like cream, this is the place for you.
Right.
I don't think it was the place for us. No, but what was interesting was we're tooling around that area. And in Vegas, where it is, it's way off the strip. It's across from the new Durango Casino, way out southwest of town. It's in this place called the Uncommons. It's like a live-work plaza. They got a bunch of little places there. Mm-hmm. And right next door is the Sundry Food Hall. I heard about this place because I follow Norma Jelly on YouTube, and she just goes around and talks about what she's eating. And I had a little bit of sushi, and then you ordered it from this place called the Happy Hoagie.
Yes.
Nothing like a sandwich to follow up another sandwich.
Right. So I ended up getting a Happy Turkey Club, which is smoked turkey breast, bacon, avocado, pepper jack cheese, roasted tomato, shredded lettuce, pickled Fresno chilies, and a pesto mayo.
See, you got me at the pickled chilies and the pesto mayo.
I was surprised at how good the sandwich was because, a lot of times there's not a lot you can do with it at the Turkey Club. There's very little that you can modify to, liven it up or
it's a Turkey Club.
Or change it. This
is
Turkey Club.
It felt like it was more of a wrap.
It's the type of bread they were using. It was that hoagie style bread, but that really thin, so that most of the sandwich is the ingredients that I just read off, and you're not just getting a whole mouthful of bread.
Yeah, I like when they scoop out the middle.
Yes, and surprisingly good. I, in fact, really enjoyed it, even more so than the All-Antico sandwich, I hate to say.
Which is disappointing.
Which was a lot more expensive, because this one was $17. It was like $16.95, and I have to say, I would go back for that sandwich. I'd actually go back to try some other things on their menu, but
yeah.
But
there were a few things on that. It's a food court, really. You don't go around to different places. There's a waiter that'll order.
That was the weirdest thing about this food hall is that a lot of times in a food hall you can literally just go up, order some food at different storefronts, and then sit down. This one, you actually sat at a table, either scanned the menu or they had a printed menu. You ordered what you wanted from all the different places all the different restaurants in the food hall, and then the server would bring it over to you.
That's so weird.
Yeah, it was a little bizarre. Definitely not what I was thinking it was going to be when we went in there, but
Yeah, because I looked around, I was like, this is a small. Why is it so small? Oh, because it's just all open kitchen, and you sit down and eat. It's just goofy.
Yeah, there were certain places that had their own kitchen, but I believe there was a couple that shared a kitchen. So
yeah, which I don't like that at all.
Well, I mean, when you're a restaurateur just starting out, it's a way to keep costs down.
There was a place I went to once in Houston where, and it's closed now, as a business owner, let's say you had a great idea for mac and cheese.
Yep.
Okay. You rent a stall.
Yes.
And then that gives you access to like a little kitchen, little storage, and then that's your place, and everyone goes in and orders from you personally and wherever, but it's tiny. It's not like a bigger food hall.
Yeah.
That is what I thought it was going to be more like a normal food hall.
Right. Yeah, it was a little different.
It's a little. Yeah. These places seem like they're established. They've got good logos. They got thought behind all their menu items.
Sure.
It's not just I just opened this place up really quickly. So it was just weird. But it's in a really expensive part of town, so
right.
You can get what you get. Okay, there is one thing I wanted to mention.
Okay.
On Friday, April 12th,
yes,
it was Grilled Cheese Sandwich Day in America.
National Grilled Cheese
Sandwich Day. Now, who started that? I don't know, but it is. It's there. You could see it all over the internet. Like, oh, look, Grilled Cheese Day, whatever.
Yeah.
We have some weird holidays. We have National Hugging Day. I don't know.
Yeah.
National Beer Day. I'm interested in that. National Pretzel Day. I like a good pretzel.
Pretzel's good.
Yeah. All right, so it was
nice beer cheese
sandwich day.
Yeah.
I like a good grilled cheese sandwich, but I've come to a point in my life where I'm super bougie about a grilled cheese, especially when I got to take fucking Lactaid to be able to enjoy it. I better have a great grilled cheese.
Right.
One of the best grilled cheeses I had in the past was, strangely enough, at was it a Yard House? You know the place
really?
where
Yeah.
And they had like a 3-cheese grilled cheese. I think it was like smoked Gouda and a pecorino and then something else like something softer like a I want to say like a brie. I don't know. Fuck. But they also had roasted red peppers in it.
Really?
Yeah, and there was lots of herbs, and then of course you got to dip it in a little side of tomato soup.
Okay.
which I think is perfect. What's the best grilled cheese that you can remember?
So, like standard grilled cheese, I would say the one that I used to serve at a restaurant called Serendipity 3 that we had here in Vegas. The original Serendipity is in 3 rather is in New York, but for a short time they had one here in Las Vegas that was a franchise, and our grilled cheese was fantastic. Really, the thing that made ours different was the brie cheese that we had in there. We had cheddar, American, jack cheese, and the brie, and it was on grilled sourdough. Oh, so fantastic. It's one of those things that you just, until you try it, you just don't know what you're missing.
Sourdough sounds awesome.
It did come with a house-made tomato soup, because we did make that, and our chef squeezed a little pork juice in there in some tomato soup to give it a little extra oomph. So it was really good. It was a good. I am not a tomato soup fan. I'll just put it right there. I am not a tomato soup fan, but I could eat this because this was more like a tomato bisque, if you will.
Really?
Another honorable mention, though, as far as grilled cheese, is a grilled cheese that I got at Disneyland.
Of course.
It was a Birria grilled cheese. So sourdough bread, cheddar cheese, Birria beef, which is a slow cooked beef in a consomme, and it's very flavorful, and then served with the side of that consomme. So you could dip your grilled cheese in the consomme as you went. Now, I don't know if that's a permanent menu item. I'm going to have to check when I go back. But it was so good. That consomme was fantastic. Because, frankly, a lot of food at Disney can be very hit or miss. It can be either really good or really kind of because a lot of these places, they're not making food to order. They're making a whole bunch of food ahead of time, putting them under heat lamps, and then you just pick it up so they can get the service times down. So, but anyway, those are the two that always stand out to me.
There was a grilled cheese food truck once in Rainy Street in Austin. All they sold was grilled cheese. Okay, it's called Burro Cheese Kitchen.
Okay.
And you can guess what's on the menu.
Grilled cheese?
Grilled cheese, artisan grilled cheese. Now, they have a few of them. They got the long, tall Texan, sourdough, aged cheddar, and brisket with Serrano pineapple sauce.
Oh, okay.
What the hell is that? Waylon and Willie, sourdough, aged cheddar, Gouda, caramelized onions and pepperoncinis, and spicy maple bacon sauce. They got a bunch of those. They got a croque madame, a one called a burning mac. It's with some spicy stuff.
Oh, okay.
Via 206, the Coppola. That's got an almond pesto aioli. They even have a breakfast club with sourdough, cheddar, avocado, egg, and hot honey. They love their hot honey. The OG, King's Hawaiian Roll, Havarti.
Interesting.
But that's all they have. And with a side, their sides are tomato basil soup.
That makes sense.
Mac and cheese on the side. Just on the side, not with bread. And then like olives and pickles and shit. I like food trucks that are super targeted. Like surgically targeted food trucks that only sell like one simple thing. If they sell like everything, I don't want to go there. Have you ever seen those restaurants you're driving by and you say, "Oh, Chinese food and hamburgers"? Don't eat at that place.
No,
that's fucked up.
Yeah, there's a place by my house that has not just Chinese food, but they've now added Hawaiian food in there, and it's like, I get that there's a connection there. It's more Japanese, and typically you'll get Japanese and Hawaiian together because there's a big Japanese influence to a lot of Hawaiian food and vice versa in Hawaii. But wow, this was not one that I would consider authentic Hawaiian food. I guess I'll just put it that way.
Okay, gonna switch gears for a second. Jeff, I got a question for you.
Sure.
You used to work at McDonald's.
I did.
Was there ever any secret menu options?
Not really.
Have you ever heard of the land, air, and sea burger?
Yes, I have.
There it is. Yes.
So, depending on who you ask, it's typically it's $1. It's a mix of dollar menu items. So, the old spicy chicken sandwich, filet of fish, and then either a cheeseburger or you do a Big Mac and then you take one of the layers off of the Big Mac and you add the other two. So that's one version of it. There are other versions that you can do. I have never done it. 'Cause I do like the filet of fish. I do like the Big Mac. I do like the regular cheeseburgers, and I do like the spicy chicken sandwich. But me personally, can't fathom putting all three of those together.
In 2022, McDonald's announced plans to include that burger as a limited time offering.
They did.
I think they did, and I don't.
We had it out here in Vegas.
I don't think it worked too well.
Yeah, it was. Basically, you ordered it. You ordered it, and the only difference was that it was put together for you, but it just didn't look good. Like the ads that I would see in the window, and I'm like, oh, no.
That's a mess.
It's a messy burger. I remember it's a messy thing anyway when people would order it and put it together themselves, but because I left McDonald's right as they were kind of starting to launch the dollar menu. So I didn't really get the full experience of the dollar menu, which now I think it's the 3-2-1, which is, it's supposed to be $3, $2, $1, and like everything is $1.99, $2.99 now. So there's ridiculous. Nothing you can get for $1 on the dollar menu.
Yeah, it's all
because
gross.
They don't call it dollar menu anymore.
I like secret menu options. That's why I liked In-N-Out Burger. The first time I ever heard of a chain restaurant having secret menu options was In-N-Out Burger.
Yeah.
Everyone knows animal style, where you mustard grill the patty with the onions and the whole
business. That makes a huge difference.
Huge difference.
Mustard grilling.
I mustard grill all my burgers now.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Nice.
I had to make burgers for my nephews recently.
Sure.
And I didn't even bother telling them because they're so fucking picky.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm just going to make it and you're going to eat
Well,
it.
I mean, if you mustard grill properly, it does caramelize that mustard into the actual beef. So
just put it on the thing and
exactly.
down and smoosh it.
Exactly.
Yeah. You don't even notice it, but it's so good.
Yeah, my go-to is the double animal style, and I add chopped chilies to mine.
Oh, you add the chopped chilies.
I do.
See, it makes it a little spicy for me, and it's not an In-N-Out Burger then.
I didn't know it was an option, but I read it online. I'm like, I'm going to try it. And sure enough, the person at the counter didn't even bat an eye. They're like, all right, double add animal style, add chopped chilies. And I was like, okay.
Oh, they're trained well.
Yes.
For that secret
Absolutely.
menu. It's really not a secret menu because they tell everyone what it is.
And you can find all of it online now. It used to be only past word of mouth, like, oh, hey, if you go order this, and the 3x3, the 4x4, etc.
I love going to places and having gone to them for so long, you can order off menu and they still have that stuff and they know how to do it.
Exactly.
That means you're a real local. But In-N-Out's not secret menu is literally online. Everyone can see it. I once, in my youth, when my stomach could handle it, had a 4x4.
Oh, wow.
I ate it all. And then
I'm surprised.
Sat down for a while.
I'll bet.
Yeah.
Because that's, for those not in the know, that's 4 pieces of meat and 4 pieces of cheese stacked. It's a lot of burger. Like, I can barely do the double nowadays.
It's a lot.
It's a lot, especially if you're going to eat the fries too. But yeah,
there are other things on the McDonald's secret menu. You could add an egg to your burger.
Yeah, I mean that wasn't something that we used to do. I mean we would add bacon to things, but adding the egg wasn't an option until after I was gone. But there's other things you can add. You can add bacon to pretty much any sandwich nowadays. You can add different condiments.
Let us not forget the McTen-35.
I don't know that one.
You never had that? It's an egg McMuffin with an extra McDouble burger patties.
Okay.
So it's like, do I want breakfast or do I want lunch? I'll get them both.
I seem to remember somebody getting
like a brunch burger. It's
well, I think I vaguely remember somebody ordering like a sausage egg McMuffin and then waiting until after 10:30 after the changeover and then getting a burger. I didn't know they put them together. I thought maybe they were just doing that. But that would make sense because you can put the sausage and the egg and the beef together.
Yep, it's 10:35.
Or you could even do it with a regular Egg McMuffin because you got the Canadian bacon, the egg, and then add that onto an actual cheeseburger. That one I could actually get behind. Because, Canadian bacon is basically just ham and then the egg and then the burger. I could get behind that one.
There's a lot of, I'm not a Starbucks person, but there's a lot of drink hacks there, too. It's fast.
Right.
You can go down a rabbit hole online looking for secret menu options.
Absolutely.
Though why they would make them secret is beyond me. You want to sell this stuff.
Well, I mean, I know with McDonald's, their whole thing is, you can customize to an extent their regular options on the menu, but they're all about speed, so they want you to order the thing as is so they can get it out to you quickly. Because here's the thing that not a lot of people know, even in sit-down restaurants, every time you modify a dish, it slows down the kitchen because those cooks are trained to make a thing a specific way. And then when you throw that curve in of adding or deleting something, they literally have to stop. They have to make sure that they're putting all of that stuff together exactly as is. And in some restaurant kitchens, they don't know how to do these modifications the way that the guest is asking the server to tell the kitchen. Because you got to go from, the guest to the server and then to the kitchen. And sometimes things get lost in translation. So
that's our show.
Yeah.
I'm Barry.
I'm Jeff.
And this has been Inbred Podcast Episode 3. If you have questions about anything, you want to talk about some sandwiches, write us. Comments at inbredpodcast.com. If you want to support the show, visit ko-fi.com/inbred. I think that's it. Or is it Inbred Pod? Just try them both. Give money to everybody. And that's it.
All right, until the next episode.
I will be eating more sandwiches. We're going to be talking about some peanut butter and jelly in the next sandwich.
Ooh,
in the next
PB&J.
episode. Yeah, a lot of stuff. And we're going to talk about some Elvis.
And I'm going to piss Barry off in the next episode.
Oh, boy. More than you normally do.
Well, that goes without saying.
Well, yeah.